Today we wanted to talk about using a real estate professional as a buyer agent for your investment real estate.
Right, so basically a good real estate agent who's in your corner is going to have a lot more information for you about the market. Yes, you can do a lot of online research. Yes, all these websites might tell you that this much is the proper rent, but who works more on the day-to-day and seeing houses than a real estate professional? And understanding people who can have your corner and they have the math in your favor, to have somebody on your side who is more of an expert in property is really going to help you understand the nuances of what this decision is you're making.
Exactly. Therefore, the first thing that we wanted to mention really is building client relationship, which is relationship between us, real estate agent professionals, and you as a client or real estate investors. And this foundations of the success for both of us, because we can help you to get to the goal that you wanted to achieve.
Now, my husband's being shy when it's talking about investments, but he is good at math, right? And I'm good at understanding legal disputes. I mean, this is why we work together so well. But basically understanding who you're going to hire really does matter, because you need to have someone who is on your side, on time, listening to your needs, and ensuring that your needs and wants are valued, as well as getting the best deal possible for you.
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk is really communication skills.
No. We have to go deep a little into the needs. Okay, so with client needs, we're going to listen very carefully. And then you might tell me that you want all of these things, and then you want something else. And then I've listened to all of the needs that you said you needed. And then I might kind of show you to a different property and that really meets what your lifestyle is, what your goals are, that you might not have been considering otherwise, because it does. When we listen, we can help somebody solve a problem, and that is really the goal when we're talking about here. So when you're looking for rentals, we're talking about math. We're also talking about the clientele in the area, and you want to be part of that.
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk about is communication skills.
Which is amazing after our introduction. Let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Now tell me about communication.
Exactly. The effective communication is not just for me as a real estate agent to provide you information, but also how I listen to what your needs is, and also respond and engage with you as a client is super important to have this effective communication.
Right. The next thing is you need to be 100% understand that we are completely clear and transparent, because clear and transparency is trustworthy skills. Going to somebody who works for the seller's agents are usually going to be a question of transparency a lot. Is this person really working in your benefit? It's not just that they can explain the processes and timelines. If you do not have trust, all of this situation can be more difficult to believe and swallow. So if the news is not favorable, you really need someone who is honest. Because what if you've done you bought a property, now you're doing inspections on this property, and then, oh my goodness, everything is wrong with the property. You need somebody to really look at that thing with you and say, okay, we're making an investment. How much is all of this going to cost, in an honest way, and not just kind of brush things over.
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk about is regular updates. The regular updates could be many things. It could be market update as we shifting from sellers to the buyer's market and vice versa. Potential properties that might fit exactly what you're looking for. Or if you're under the contract, for example, what is the progress in your transaction? And keeping all this communication open between us as a real estate agent and you as an investor is prevent any kind of frustration and build trust and sense of a teamwork between us.
Now, another one that's going to be in your favor is who is going to handle having a difficult conversation with you. Real estate agent professionals can tell you why you lost on a home, your budget, what is better for you. Also, having tact when it comes to inspection reports, because we are talking about pre-owned homes typically with a lot of inspection reports, and we're talking about what the sellers are going to do, what the buyers are going to do, and try to come to a reasonable conclusion there. So you want to make sure that you're getting someone you absolutely trust is in your corner, because you want to have a professional there. You don't want to have somebody who's going to brush off all of your concerns because it's a good house, period, and then not address your needs.
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk, really assessing your financial. It's not about just what you want as a real estate investment, but also how you can afford it. And we deep dive into the numbers for you, the finances that basically prevent any future disappointment or distress. And this is super important to be in the same page with us.
Now, when we're talking about this a little bit more deeply, let's talk about pre-approval. We are not lenders. We don't pretend to be lenders, but we do listen, and then we do have a list of lenders who might be able to meet your needs based on your budget. So if you kind of tell us what you're looking for, your basic monthly, what you're looking to pay, how long you've been saving, I mean, those are all great things to know, but the more you tell me, the more you become my client, and this is your financials, and we don't want to use this against you later. So we want to make sure that we're building trust. And I don't want to be involved too much in your finances, but I do want to understand enough to say this person might help you best. Talk to this person.
Exactly.
Which brings us to the next one.
The next one is financial advice. And this is while we are not acting as a CPA or financial advisor, we as a real estate agent professionals, still we can be a guide for you as a client on the financial implication of the purchase. For example, if you are an investor, we're talking about investment on return on investment, ROI, cash on cash, depends on residential or commercial. And what is the factor that helps you to get you the most money, and also mortgage options to potential tax benefit that you get on your real estate investment.
Right. The next thing we're going to talk about a buyer's agent is going to do for you as an investor is really find the properties that match what you're looking for. So we should really be adapting and really fine tuning. Now, if you just tell me a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, that's almost every home in a single family market. So I need you to be a little bit more than a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. What are your needs? I have some investors who are very clear that they only want 15 to 1800 square feet. What are your needs? What are your searches looking for? Because you want to make sure that you're filtering through all the nonsense to really get to the best ones.
Exactly. The next thing is showing. That could be virtual, in person. And we as a real estate agent professional, we offering for the investor both ways, means even in person or virtual tour, to basically go with your preferences as a client and be flexible to help you to get what you want. And this helps us also to have a better experience and relationship with you as a client.
The next one we're going to talk about is negotiation day. Negotiations are my forte. I told you I went to law school. I really love talking about what is in the best interest of my clients. And every client is going to have different needs and wants. Some may want to go with the super strong offer. Others may prefer a lower offer to see what happens. But it's our job to really advise you why that in this current market, at this moment, going small is going to win you the house typically. So understanding what is going on in the market is something a real estate agent should be able to negotiate with you. Maybe we can talk about other things that we can negotiate on later.
And what is the closing remarks is?
I love closing day, right? Closing day. We've checked all the documents. Everything is ready to go. We've talked to the attorneys. We've talked to your lender. We've talked to you. Everybody's on the same page. And we have made sure that when you show up on closing day, it is smooth sailing. And that's the best part.
Exactly. And
are we done with these people once it's closing?
No, we love to connect with you post-closing. We wanted to have this relationship open, and we can help you to repeat the business with you and also refer us to friend, family, any business partner that we can have this strong relationship more and more.
Now remember, when you're buying a home or an investment, this is a really big purchase. It is not a small purchase. This is not something you can just return on Amazon by hitting the click button. We have to make sure that you're working with someone who you really trust and you can give you good advice. It's going to make sure that they have a strong knowledge of real estate so they can help you. And that is what we try to do with all of our true clients who have, once they sign a buyer agency with us, we are working 100% for you.
Exactly. And don't forget to go to our website, alandvictoria.com. Call us, Alan Victoria Pinder, real estate agent professionals in Pitt County, North Carolina, specifically Greenville and Winterville. And this is our number, 252-327-3357. Also, watch all these videos and we will see you next time.